Hey, everybody. You are now tuned into The Blackout, shining a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture. Blacked out by the majority on AfroVibes Radio, the #1 online internet radio station, with your girl, Aquila. Today's special guest is Zambia Afrobeat artist and African Entertainment Awards USA Best Male Artist nominee, Osilliation. How are you doing this afternoon?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you doing today?
Good. Thank you so much for coming. You looking all sharp in your Versace. Is that what we got going on today?
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming. Before we get straight into it, tell us a little bit about being an Afrobeat artist and how you actually got to where you are today.
Well, it's been a crazy journey. It's been amazing at the same time. The Afrobeat word and the vibe, just came out recently. I come from Zambia, where we call our music Zambian music. My industry back home is not really very big, but it's growing right now because we've been trying to do music that will cross over, and we've been trying to tap into the Afrobeats, which is the new vibe right now.
And that's one of the great things is that Afrobeat really has picked up over the last year or so. People, they may know DeVito more mainstream now because he's kind of crossed over into the hip hop and the R&B genre here in America.
That's right.
How does that feel to be able to not only be a part of the Afrobeat genre, but just see it take off on an international level?
Well, it feels great, I think this is the time for Africa. It's amazing that people now are getting to know and love African music. I would give respect to especially guys like Davido, Wizkid, that have really worked hard to push their music, whereby everybody, even here in the US, you go to London, they want to play Afrobeats, you know what I mean? So I think this is the time for Africa to stand up, support Afrobeats, and it's just a good vibe right now.
What do you feel like separates Afrobeats from other genres, and how would you describe Afrobeat music yourself?
Well, Afrobeats is quite different from a lot of genres, I would say. I love the way we do the music with the culture from different cultures from Africa. I remember in New York last weekend, somebody was saying, "I love the way you guys some words, the way you fuse in words. It's not easy for an American to understand what you're talking about, but it sounds nice with the beats and the sound, you know." So, I mean, it's just good music, and with the way I'll give props to the producers as well, with the new sound that they've brought, which is the Afrobeats. Now everybody's calling it Afrobeats. So I think we're quite on point.
One thing I like about the Afrobeat genre is even if you don't understand, you can feel the beat of the music. And
Exactly.
I think that's what really takes a lot of people on. And before you know it, you kind of start learning the language because
That's
I find
right.
myself being like, Joanna,
You
and I may
pick up
not
on a
do
word
before.
from a song,
Yeah.
and then with the beat, you just start dancing because the beat is already grooving. It's danceable.
And it's such a cultural vibe to it because it's like you can still have fun. It got a little bit of that hip hop feel, but then it still goes back to the tradition and the culture of it all. And that's what I love about the sound of it. And the great thing about you is you've been so successful yourself in music. One of the videos I recently watched was Pepe with Eddie Kenzo. Tell us about how you actually got into doing that video with him and just the meaning of Pepe.
So I met Eddie Kenzo in LA after the BT Awards 2015. We had a show together, and after the show, I was like, "Oh man, we gotta do a song But you know, he got busy. I got busy as well. I went back to Zambia. Then I came back. We met in Dallas, and he heard the song. I was like, man, let me jump on this song. I'd already dropped the song. Excuse me, but he advised, man, I want to jump on this song. I said, let's go, let's do it. So we recorded a song like today. 2 weeks later, we did the video in Dallas. And, you know, we dropped the video and everybody was vibing to the song. People were sending videos from all over the world, from China. You know, it really did well.
So what's the meaning of pepe for those that don't know?
So the word pepe is simply means hot. You know, like hot pepper?
Oh, okay.
Hot sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted something to replace hot. You know, when they say you're hot. So I wanted to put it in an African way.
Because I seen the ladies in the videos. They were pretty hot, pretty spicy.
They were pretty peppy.
Yeah. I like that. They was pretty peppy.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so pepper simply means hot.
Okay, absolutely. And that's the other part that I love, like you were saying earlier, the fact that when you speak a different language, we kind of getting to learn that as African Americans here in this country, and we kind of getting more of a relationship with y'all.
That's
How
right.
does it feel to just see so many Black Americans here being receptive to the Afrobeat genre?
I mean, it feels great, you know, because like they say, music is one language. You know, you may not understand what I'm talking about, but the music is good, and it's amazing that African Americans here somehow they try to relate to the African music, you know,
Absolutely.
which is really a good thing.
And I also know that you have some more music coming out pretty soon and some projects. Tell us a little bit about the song that you're going to be dropping.
Well, yeah, so I'm dropping a new song, and it's called Boloko. Boloko is a Bemba word from Zambia, which simply means the don or tycoon, a guy with money, rich guy. So the message in the song is don't look down on anybody today. Don't judge anybody today, because they may be broke today, and tomorrow they may be your boss, they may be your landlord, you know. They may be very rich tomorrow than they are today.
Yeah.
So be nice, be kind to people you meet, because tomorrow is never promised. So that's it.
Do you feel like going from Zambia to the States, has it been a challenging experience for you or a humbling experience to where you can be able to make music that can really teach people to kind of be more appreciative of where they come from?
Well, I would say it's been both ways. It's been very humbling, and at the same time, it has been a challenge, I would say, because I've been in Dallas for some time now, and then the time I moved to Dallas, actually everything changed. After my tour, I decided to stay a little bit. You know, people start treating you in a different way, so I had to humble myself and like start from one to promote myself to other people from other countries that don't know me and my music. Okay, then the advantage has been me meeting a lot of big artists to work with. It's been very easy for me to link up with a lot of artists out here and, you know, connect with a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's your overall goal while you're in the music industry? What would you like to accomplish?
Well, the goal is to carry my flag and be able to take my music to different parts of the world. I just don't want to be a Zambian artist or an African artist. I want to be an artist that will perform on bigger stages, you know, and be able to accomplish some of my biggest dreams.
Do you plan on maybe doing some type of cross culture with other genres, whether it be pop or R&B and hip hop here in the States?
Oh yeah, actually my new EP, I would call it my EP. I have like pop songs, you know, the Justin Bieber sound. I'm very good at music like that.
Okay.
So like my new album actually has songs like that.
Now, I know you sing. What actually inspired you to even want to do music in the first place?
This is what I always say. You know, when a baby is born, they usually cry. But I think when I was born, I didn't cry. I sang.
Okay.
You know, so I've always been singing. I've sung in church all my life. I used to be in a gospel band. So I just tried to change and do my own thing. And then I ended up doing, we call it secular music, but, yeah. And it's been a great journey.
That's good. Like I said, I had a chance to hear some of your music. I'm really digging the vibe. I'm loving the fact that you're singing. Most Afrobeat music, I do believe they kind of sing and they do a little bit of rapping at the same. Do you rap too, or you just primarily sing?
They say if you cannot do something, don't do it. Stick to what you know.
So we're going to stick to singing.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm able to do anything, but I would rather stick to singing. That's what I know. And I'm a producer as well, so producing and singing, that's my thing.
Okay, that's amazing. So you get to do both on the mic and behind the mic and helping other people. Do you engineer as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
I've produced a couple of big artists. I've worked with Yanya from Nigeria. I've worked with Aquila from Kenya. I've produced Eddie Kenzo as well. I've produced a lot of big Zambian artists like Maki 2, Peterson, CQ, Judy. I've worked with a lot of guys.
And being from Zambia, how have they been receptive to just seeing you being so successful and coming to the States and your music just growing and growing on YouTube, your videos? Have they taken a lot of pride in seeing your success?
It's a lot of support right now, I see a lot of people that are proud, like my Facebook is crazy. Anytime I post something, you see thousands of likes within a short period of time. Everybody's positive, sending messages, and I really appreciate the love.
I would say, how does it feel receiving that love? Because I know when you're first starting out, you're trying to get your music out and get people to listen to it and hear it, and now it's at a place where they're anticipating what the next song is going to be. How has that transformation been for you?
Man, it's crazy because you have to sit down now, trying to think, work hard, because you have to make sure you give them good music.
Yeah.
So if the previous song, like Pepe, was good, they loved it. Now the new song, I have to make sure it makes sense, and it's crazy.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things we're going to do here at AfroVibes is we're going to air your very new song that you have coming out. Tell them one more time what it's called, where they can get your EP as far as streaming services go, and just follow you on social media.
So my new song is called Boloko, which simply means tycoon or the dawn. And I'm really grateful that you guys will be listening to the song for the first time right here on AfroVibes with my new friend here, Miss Aquila. I almost said tequila.
Tequila. It's all good, though. You get a shot of new music today right here with Aquila.
I like that. Yeah, so it's called Boloko. It simply means tycoon or the dawn. The message is tomorrow is never promised. So be kind, be nice to people you meet for the first time. And, just spread the love.
Okay, and before we get ready to air, let them know where they can find you on social media.
So I am on Instagram at OC_Osilliation. I'm on Facebook and Twitter, YouTube under the same name, Osilliation. It's easy to find me on Instagram if you just say Mr. Pepe.
Absolutely. And you said you you can get all your EPs on iTunes, Google Play Store.
Everything.
Be sure to download it. It's available to you guys right now. And how many songs on the EP?
My EP has about 8 songs.
Okay, so he got 8 great songs you guys can get into, but you're going to get into one right now during this commercial break. So go ahead and bring in your new joint. Hey everybody, you are now tuned back into the Blackout, where we always shine a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture. Blacked out by the majority on AfroVibes Radio with your girl Aquila. And you just heard the premiere of Boloko by the amazing Osilliation. And now we're in the studio with a very special guest, Trinidadian model, dancer, and social media influencer, the beautiful Aquila. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming to the station again so you can shine a light on your excellence. So before we begin, please introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Well, my name is Aquila Aveion. I've been modeling for about 6 years now. I dance. I have a background in like music, so I sing. I do performances and shows, and then as well outside of that I do social media, which is now I guess considered something that people do.
Absolutely. And so I had a chance to see your social media account. I know one of the things that everybody loves to watch is that you get to dance to a lot of the new Caribbean or Afrobeat music that comes out. What actually made you want to start doing that and just kind of highlighting the culture and the music?
I think for me, it was something that started off random, like it wasn't planned at all. And actually I just moved to whatever makes me feel good. Like I was saying to some of the guests yesterday that a lot of the music that I listen to, especially in regards to Afrobeats, I don't really understand what they're saying, but the vibe feels so good, especially being someone who's from like a Caribbean background. Anything that makes me feel good, I want to just move to it. So it's not planned out.
Absolutely. And just having that Caribbean background, how does it feel to see so much music on an international level? It's starting to pour into the United States and everybody's being so receptive.
I think it's amazing because I feel like it's something that's been influential for so many years, and now it's actually getting the credit that it's due. Like you see so many different other genres of music that used to steal from our culture of music, and now that they're actually getting the recognition for it, I think it's amazing, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. So what's your favorite artist and what's your favorite song?
Right now, I would have to say my favorite artists would be Wizkid and Tiwa Savage. Like those are my favorite, and Fever is like my favorite song, and Jealous right now. Yeah.
I think I just kind of got on like the Burna Boy train because I'm really big on UK soul music.
Okay.
And there's a girl named Mahalia. I don't know if you heard of her.
No.
And she has a song called Simmer with Burna Boy.
Yes, I love that song.
I love it. I've been jamming that song like every day. But it's just crazy because you would never think that you'd hear that here in the States. Because, you know, it's so hard, they say, to get into like the American music market.
Over, yeah.
And it seems like this year it's been so many people from like on an international level that's been crossing over.
Yeah.
And so it's good when they have somebody like you, a social media influencer, and just a person that just loves the culture to be able to share that music. Because I know a lot of people, the first time they're probably hearing it is on your page when they see you. How does it feel to know you're kind of bridging that gap?
It's crazy because I'm like it's little old me. Like I'm just introduced into like music to people, but it's just like for me, like especially when I do videos, I try to always make sure to tag the artist whether they're known or not, because you always should give credit where it's due. And a lot of the times, even when you do tag the artist, they're like, what song is that? So I'm like making sure that I give credit to the artist. But I think it's really dope that people are getting introduced to new artists that they may or may not be aware of. So I think that's amazing.
And so just with your success of being able to go on social media and play a lot of those songs and dance and just modeling, how has it been as far as your opportunities? Because I know that you've had a chance to work with some celebrities and be in some videos. Tell us about your experience.
I mean, I think so far social media has definitely like opened up a lot of doors for me in regards, especially with music. I would say my videos going viral. I think the first video that actually went viral for me was the song Looking for My Johnny, and she like reposted the video, and then I got followers from like Techno, Wizkid, and I was just like super excited about that because it wasn't expected. And these are people, they not just only follow me, but they actually engage, you know, in my work. So now I'm getting bookings from it. The perfect example being here. I flew out to come out here for basically off of social media and just dancing. So it's opening up doors for me that was not expected at all.
Absolutely. Do you feel like social media is a necessity now for those that want to be entrepreneurs or just creatives in general?
I do feel like it's a necessity, but I don't think that it's the only thing that you need, because if you're going to pursue a passion, it has to be something that you do whether someone's watching or not. And I think people can tell the difference of that. If you're just doing it for social media, then you have the wrong idea. Like, you have to be doing it because you genuinely like it, and you have to ask yourself, would this be something that I would be doing if no one was watching me? If you're only money driven, if you're only likes or comments and viral driven, you're not going to be successful.
Absolutely.
At all.
Absolutely. And so, just for yourself, tell us a little bit about being a part of the Caribbean culture and some of your traditions, and just being back home in New York and how you've been able to keep it all intact.
Wow, it's crazy. Growing up, I didn't like the idea of being Trini because I had a strict mom. I couldn't do anything. I had a curfew. I couldn't date. I couldn't do anything. And the culture, like in regards to like the food, it was a lot of things that my mom made sure that once we came over here that we still hone into that culture. And I feel like it's helpful because now that when I go into different places, I know how to carry myself because I had that strict background. And now, growing up, I regretted it, but now I'm super grateful because if she didn't put those boundaries on me growing up, I wouldn't be in the places that I'm in now, able to carry myself a certain way because she has such that strict background. So I'm very appreciative of it. Like, it's definitely helped me get a lot of places and actually stay places, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other great thing is with you incorporating a lot of the music and your culture together, you're kind of really interconnecting the entire African diaspora because you have people that are Black Americans, you have people that are African, you have people that are in the Caribbean. They all get to really, join in on the fun and share that music, share that culture, and especially here because we're so disconnected from everything. And it's like when you get to have that direct connection with something, you kind of pull more people in. Have you had people that actually come to you just on a cultural level and ask you questions and just to be like basically enlighten them on stuff that they probably wouldn't know as a Black American?
Yeah, I've definitely had that like done to me before, and also now because I feel like the bottom line is we're all family and we're all connected in some type of way. We all take pieces of the culture from like each other, and I feel like now it's like one big stirring pot, and just like they're learning from me, I'm learning from them. Like, I'm learning about like more African food. I'm learning about different words that they say. Like, it's just, I love learning, and then so we're both learning from each other. So I like that cycle of us just being a family and growing together.
And I was just telling OC earlier when I was interviewing him, I said, we may not understand the music, I said, but like that one song, I just know Joanna. Joe. And I said, now I didn't learn a whole new word, And it's crazy because the beat just take you over. It's to the point, it really don't even matter what they're saying. But I think we're learning to just pay attention to those words. And it's just like little bitty things that really, it kind of shines a light on the stuff that we missed here as far as self-knowledge and learning about where we come from. And so y'all bring that here with the music when you do that. And the other great thing I want to ask you about is, I know you came down here from New York and you've been in Houston. How have you enjoyed yourself so far? Because I know you went to Skybox and there's a lot of African culture as well. How did you like the environment?
The environment was super dope because New York is always turned up, but like out here it's a different level of turn up. Like everybody, I just like the fact that there was like really no fighting, because that can happen in New York. Like everybody was just one movement, moving together, dancing, and just having a good time. Like, and I just came back from a restaurant, ate some good African food.
Yes, I love it. Plus, I love spicy food. Just being Creole. So now I'll be like, can I get some jollof rice? Can I get some beef?
Fufu. Like, I don't know what it is. It tastes so good.
I don't even think I've tried fufu yet, but they have something called moi moi.
Yeah, he had me try that.
I don't know. It's really good though. Some people probably would be like, "What is that?" Because it's like in a little silver aluminum foil or something.
It's so good,
and it's crazy because I'm like, "Dang, I ain't never tried this type of
I'm like,
food
where
before.
have you been all my life?"
Exactly. And I just came back from Jamaica, and I was out there.
Where did you go in Jamaica?
I went to Montego Bay.
Yeah.
But I met a friend out there, and he actually ended up taking us all over. So we went to like Westmoreland and the Grill.
Yeah.
I got to experience it. It was amazing. Just seeing so many Black people like that just divulge in the culture and the food. It was like jerk chicken and plantains and just stuff that I think as Black Americans we're so used to soul food that we forget there's other ways to eat soul food too. So it was pretty cool.
What was your favorite meal though when you went out there?
I love jerk chicken. Yeah. That's like my number one. Yeah. But I did try curry goat, sorry, for the first time. I really like that. Yeah. I'm getting on the lamb. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
If you could eat eat goat, you can eat lamb.
Yeah, I mean it's different. It's kind of have an acquired taste, but I like it.
Yeah,
because I'm like more of a beef and chicken type of person.
Got you. Is it the texture that you don't really like?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because it seems kind of like hard a little
tough,
bit.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah,
but I overall I love it. It was a great experience. I actually can't wait to go back. And being that you are you're born here in America, right?
Yeah.
So being that you went back to Jamaica, what were some things that you actually got to experience and enjoy yourself with the culture?
I think for me, because my mom is from Trinidad, so when I went to Jamaica, I didn't realize how many similarities like Jamaicans and Trinidadians have. Because typically, as you see in different cultures, they tend to put them against each other, and we have so many similarities. I didn't understand. Like one of the things that they had was like the pepper shrimp out there, and then the music too is very, very similar. I didn't realize at all. Like it's slight differences, but it's very similar. So it was nice to actually see the people, like you said, feel the environment, taste the food that's from the actual place. It was definitely a nice feeling.
It was like everything there was so authentic, and it just felt right. I think I had been at the most peace in Jamaica that I've ever been in.
My skin was glowing, honey.
Right? Just enjoying the environment, man. I can't wait. So next to that, tell us about some of the things that you're going to have coming up, because I know you probably got a lot more bookings, a lot more opportunities. What can we expect from you from the future?
So right now I have like a lot more video shoots coming up. So a lot of artists are reaching out to me, which I can't say their names just yet, but I'm going to be like in the video. I'm going to also be doing shoots. I'm also trying to do something where I bring a lot of black women together to do like a big, powerful shoot. So that's something I'm in the works of doing right now. So that's where I'm at right now moving forward.
Do you have any other future goals outside of this that you want to accomplish as you move forward throughout your life?
I know for me, one of my biggest goals, like when I first started modeling, is like open up a non-for-profit organization for girls who are trying to model but don't really have the guidance or the confidence to, because especially me being someone who grew up in a strict background, I didn't have enough money to get like expensive clothes and things like that, and just my mom just constantly teaching me to have self-love and self-respect regardless of the materialistic things that I have. If I can share that information with some girls who may not have a mother figure in their lives or just have low confidence, I could just help another girl do that so she can carry that on to her daughter. That's something that I would definitely want to do, and use my connections to help them if modeling is something that they want to do, or even if it's not modeling, just showing that they're beautiful regardless to what they may or may not have, or just telling them that you're beautiful, because sometimes that's all a woman needs to like move forward. So that's something I want to do.
And I think the amazing thing is the fact that you are a brown-skinned girl. You're confident in yourself, and you're not allowing society to tell you in which way that you can move. You're doing it at your own accord. Do you feel like that you've been an inspiration to other brown-skinned girls?
Yeah, it's crazy, because the whole skin complexion thing has definitely played a huge part, not only in just African culture, but just in United States, period. So it's like being a brown skin girl. I've had so many girls DM me, especially from like Africa, because it's something that darker skin tone is kind of like frowned upon, and it was like, it's amazing to see a brown skinned girl doing something amazing and just being herself and not lowering my standards just to, because there's a lot of bookings when I first started off that I got passed for because I wasn't light enough or I wasn't provocative enough, and just being able to be brown skinned, still be classy, sexy, and still get gigs is like, I have so many girls reach out to me, like girls like, I wanted to give up, but seeing you encouraged me. So
And I think that's a beautiful thing, because now you're seeing more brown-skinned girls in these videos. I remember back in the day, you would always see a light-skinned girl with the long, pretty, wavy hair. And now it's like they're starting to really be more receptive to melanin. And I think that's a great thing. Kids need to see what our core foundation is, and that's where we come from, Africa. So they're going to be black people, people of color. And if you don't get to see that in the music videos by these men who are black men, then you won't understand the beautiful nature of your own culture. So I think you've really been able to excel in that area, and I hope to see you do a lot more things. But I know you said you're going to be doing it, so we definitely going to be looking forward to it. We're going to support you here at AfroVibes.
Thank you so much.
And whatever you have going on. So before you get out of here, if you could just give some simple advice to anybody that's out there just trying to make it in the social media world, or just trying to find their niche and, you know, just doing their own thing. How can they be unique? How can they have their own confidence?
To make it as simple as possible, be yourself and do not go against your gut.
Absolutely.
Always go by your gut. If it does not feel right, if you don't feel comfortable, if you're unsure, the answer should automatically be no. And then outside of that, just continue to be yourself irregardless to what everyone else around you is doing, because trends come and go. But you as a person, that's who you are. If you go to sleep at night and you're not comfortable with the things that you're doing because it's not you, you shouldn't be doing it. And just be yourself and don't be in a rush. Take your time. Rush for what?
Absolutely. So give everybody your social media real quick so they can follow you and learn more about your information.
So my Instagram is Aquila_Aveion. So it's AQUILA_AVEION.
Thank you so much. Well, you guys got to hear it here first. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Blackout, shining a light on Black excellence, activism, and culture with your girl Aquila on AfroVibes Radio. Make sure to check out our Facebook and Instagram pages at The Blackout AVR. And to stay up to date on our previous discussions and future events, please visit AfroVibes Facebook and Instagram at AfroVibes Radio, Twitter at AfroVibes Radio with an S, and lastly, listen to us online at www.afrovibesradio.com or simply download the AfroVibes Radio app on the Apple or Google Play Store.